right, guys, welcome back. And today we wanted to talk about, guys, trading time for money or trading value for money. Which one's better?
I would say trading value.
Well, trading time for money is a job, right?
Right.
You work for somebody else, right? And you're trading your time for money. Trading value for money, on the other hand,
is something that entrepreneurs do.
Right. If you want to be an entrepreneur, right, which is going to be real popular, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, be their own boss. Now you're trading value for money, right? You're exchanging some sort of a value to somebody who's willing to pay you. And this could be anything. You could be, let's say your job, you're a plumber and you work for some plumbing company, right? And you're like, hey, on the weekends, I do it on my own time. And at your job, the plumber pays you, I don't know, $25 an hour to be a plumber, right? And on your side hustle, someone says, hey, can you come out and change out my water heater? And at work, you can change out a water heater in about 2.5, call it 3 hours, right? And on the weekends, and you're going to get paid about $75.
Yeah.
Because you make $25 an hour. Now, if you want to, as a side hustle, change out water heaters, right? And someone calls you and says, hey, can you change out my water heater? You're like, all right, I'll do it for sure. And then you're going to charge them $X. Well, $X is not going to be what it takes you per hour. You're going to say, okay, the water heater's $400 and I want another $400 to put it in. That's $800, which is about average out there, $800 to $1,000 to change a water heater, depending on the water heater. In the access, if it's in the garage, it's easy access. You know, you can get in there and do it. But my point is that if you charge $400 and you buy the water in the water heaters, you know, you have the client pay or you pay it, you're making round numbers $400 for 3 hours work.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Because you brought value, because maybe your boss would have charged that guy $1,200, right? Paid you $25 an hour to put it in. But in your case, hey, I can beat my boss's number, right?
Right.
And put it in for $800, $400 for the water heater and the miscellaneous parts, and then you make $400 for your time. See, that's value.
Right.
Because you know how to do that, right? A lot of people don't know how to do it, don't want to do it. Hey, I don't have the tools to do it. Or they don't have the time to do it.
Right.
Right? They're out doing whatever they're doing. So they hire someone who knows how to do it. That's trading value for money, which will definitely make you more money. In life, the people who make the most money are trading value.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
I'll give you an example. Musicians, TV person, you know, celebrities, TV or movies or whatever, right? The reason these guys make $10, $20 million a movie, we'll call them A celebrities, right? They make that because they entertain millions of people. People want to go see them. So the studio's are going to make, you know, $150 million on a movie that Brad Pitt stars in or something. Well, I can afford to pay Brad Pitt $20 million for this movie.
Yeah. And so would you say that their side hustle would be if they did a commercial?
They could do a commercial. Now, let me preface like that example as a plumber. I don't want you guys to think like in most cases you should be licensed to do most things. You know what I mean? If you're a plumber and you change, you know, somebody's water heater out, or you change 2 or 3 in a year, I don't think you need to go get licensed. If it needs to become your side hustle, that's what you do on the weekend, probably should go get a license.
Well, you're probably mostly also doing it for family and friends.
Probably, right? Just referral. Just people that know people kind of thing, and you don't actually, you know, market to go do that. Otherwise, you should be licensed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's take side hustle, for instance, on the computer. Right? We don't need a license to do that.
Right.
What kind of things can they do as a side hustle on the computer?
Helping somebody with their website, helping somebody with advertising.
YouTube channel, like we're on right now, right?
Yeah.
We're doing that.
Helping them with editing.
Yeah. If you have computer skills that other people like, guys, I do not have computer skills. I'm terrible. My wife does most of it, right? Or I outsource, right? So I hire people all the time. I mean, this morning we're hiring someone to do something for us, right? So I hire that out and that person does it. So they traded value, right? I mean, what I'm getting ready to pay her for the time she has to put in, she's going to make good money, right? So again, go and thinking about doing the side hustle versus trading time for your money, right? Now, in some cases, you know, we have to do both. In other cases, you just go for it, right? You're like, hey, I have enough money put away that I'm going to go ahead and turn this side hustle into my main source of income.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're in that position, great. If you're not, then you got to start, because I definitely know people that have started side hustles and then they turn into their main source of income.
Yeah, because it's been a passion of theirs that they've wanted to do.
Right. Yeah. Follow your passions, right? What do they say? If you love, what's that saying about loving what you do, you never work a day in your life?
I think you just said it.
Okay. Loving what you do, you never work a day in your life. And so just get out there and have fun and make your money. And then it's about doing the right things with the money, right?
Yes.
And we talked about that before, right? You guys, especially when you start doing side hustles and start making good money, don't go out there and start buying every want or thing that you want. Start putting your money to work.
Because you're like, oh, I got this extra money.
Because guess what makes more money than giving value? Money.
Yeah.
Money. Nothing makes more money than money, right? So we can either make money by trading time for it. That's a job. We can make money by giving value for it, right? So that's more than a job.
Right.
Or we can put our money to work, right? Those are the options. That's what you're doing. One of those three. And the one that's going to make you the least amount of money is what?
Trading time for money.
Yeah, a job, right? But what do they teach you in school?
To trade time for money.
That's they want you to go get good grades, go to college, and go get a job. Like, that's not going to get you wealthy for 99.9% of the population. So I don't say everybody, because typically CEOs of Fortune 500 companies are very highly educated people and they make millions of dollars a year. But how many Fortune 500 CEOs are there? I mean, there might be a few hundred of them. Well, there's millions of people in this country. So it's a very small number of people that can actually go to school, learn something to make millions of dollars, right? Usually you have to give value, you're going to get more.
Yes.
Right. But making your money make money. When you really, truly understand and learn the value of compounding.
Yes, that's very important.
That's the magic sauce. That's where it happens. That's where it all happens.
That's something a lot of people don't know about.
They don't know it. Well, they don't do it because you're all consumed with trading. Hey, I have a great job. I'm making my big paycheck. But then you're living up to the means of your paycheck. So that doesn't do you any good. Oh, okay, well, let me go trade time for money. I make more money. Guess what happens? What do? They spend more money on stuff.
Spend more money.
They just, nicer car, bigger house, more vacations, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, in either way of those trading time for money, right, that's time constraint. Even trading value for money, a lot of times that's a time constraint too, right? You're just making more for your actual time. But nothing makes more money than money, because money works 24/7.
Yeah.
365. When your money, which is investing, right? We're talking about investing here. When you're investing your money's working 24/7, 365.
While you sleep.
While you sleep. And what's Warren Buffett say? Until you learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And nobody wants to do
Nobody wants to do
right?
that.
At least you don't want to do that because you have to. So we'll just use Warren Buffett as an example. I think he's like 87 or 88 years old right now.
Yeah, he's up
He
there.
goes to work every day. Why? Does he have to?
Nope.
No, he loves to. It's his choice, right? I know a lot of you guys are out there like, I hate my job. I don't want to go to my job. Well, let's go do something that you love to do, right? And it's not about the money, right? Because there's a tipping point where, like, I got plenty of money, but what are you going to do? Sit around? I'm an avid golfer. I would never golf 7 days a week.
Right.
Right. I'm good for 3, maybe 4 tops. Right. And you got to do other stuff with your time, giving back. So for Warren Buffett, he's giving back because he owns so many companies. He's making the value of those companies rise. So he's making all his stockholders a lot more money.
Right.
So again, I think just food for thought today is about what you're trading your time for.
Yeah. If you think trading time or trading value which one do you think? Which one do you want to do?
And more importantly, when you make that money on either one of those, we're not saying you have to. Being an entrepreneur is not for everybody.
No, it's not.
Especially because the beginnings of an entrepreneur's life, the beginning is the hardest. It's a lot of time, and you're not getting a return.
Right.
You're putting a lot of time in before you get return. And a lot of people just figured, I want a return on my time right now. And so that's why, and the security of having a paycheck from a job, a lot of people like that, right? It's a security feeling. I'm going to go do what I got to do, but I know I'm getting a check. Versus entrepreneurs is always a risk. I'm doing something. Will I get paid? How much will I get paid is an unknown, right? So we got to be careful about those things.
Well, the people that are trading time for money, it's also easier for them to budget.
It is easier to budget, but when you live below your means, right? If your lifestyle doesn't exceed what you make, if you're living on 15% of your lifestyle, then your budgeting is always important for sure, but it's not as important. I remember, and I'll use a sheet of paper here for you guys as an example. Like, I remember, I think Shaquille O'Neal did this once. He goes, if your income's this whole sheet, here's what you got to live on. Take half of it, right? Tear it in half. That half goes away. That half we're going to put away. Tear it in halves again. You got 4 halves, right? You got 4 halves. So that's 25% should go to pay yourself first, right? And then you got another 25% in taxes, 25%. How did he put that? Now I'm losing it. Because he had it in 4s.
Pay yourself, taxes,
reinvesting, and live on 25%. So if we could all figure out how to live on 25% of your income, and so for a lot of you guys though, that let's say you make $1,000 a week, which seems like a lot of money, but it's not, and you just tell it, and you're like, hey Kev, you're telling me I got to live on $250 a week? That's $1,000 a month, yeah. So the problem isn't that you can't live on $250 a week. The problem is that you're not making enough money.
Yeah.
So
that's where you need a side hustle.
Well, side hustle, or you got to go figure out who's going to pay me more for my talents. Right? So living on 25% will take care of the rest. You'll get your taxes paid, you'll have money working, money aside, and you will never have money problems. That's really the key. That's the ticket right there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, listen, if you enjoyed what you just heard today, do me a favor and do what?
Smash that like button.
Subscribe to the channel. And?
Hit the notification bell.
Exactly. We want to be here for you guys as much as possible, get as many videos as we can every single week for you guys, and bringing you value. That's what we're trying to do, is bring you guys value. All right, guys, take care, and
see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.